Hey, what's up? So instead of doing a voiceover for my videos, I'm just gonna be talking about them here. Cause why not? They're kind of nice on their own, but who knows? Stuff to talk about. Anyway, I'm just gonna start because some of these are long. Also, some of them are only 720 because they were from Twitch. Because they're streaming on Twitch, which I'm streaming on right now. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it's not too loud, but running water. So the Osaka Aquarium was actually like a kind of specific order from what you walk through it. So I think might see numbers for each area. I forget what that was at the first area. It might have been otters. Was it otters? I think it's otters. Yeah. So there's different numbers. I think it was like 1 to 15. Hey, there's the otter. But I also wasn't trying to like shoot other people. Also, the camera will fix in like a minute. I don't know why I had it like that. I was just trying to test out the setup for streaming. Surprisingly, it didn't lose signal the whole time there. I guess because it's really close in the city, so yeah, fish. What you expect in an aquarium? All other stuff. Fix the camera. What are you doing? Anyway, there was a lot of school kids, and you'll probably hear them later. But I mean, it's an aquarium, so take a trip, bring as many people as you can. What was I even looking at? I think there was crabs at the bottom of the stairs. Like, there's a little pond of water, but didn't really get nice stream because I also didn't want to drop my phone in there right at the start of the stream, you know? Fix the camera. It's gonna flip. There we go. Much better. Glass. It's a duck. Yes, just ducks. Is there anything in the water? I don't even. No, I guess nothing real in the water. But yeah, darkness doesn't work well. It's over here. I think it might be underneath where the otters were. Yeah, okay, so there's the otters. It's so hard to see. It's like this would be a good level to see them, but they're hiding on the other side. There we go. Otter. I could have spent more time. I wasn't sure. But also, you don't want to get too crowded up with people. It was also like the early entry time, so maybe less people are there. Actually, that probably is like the most people. Because all the people crowded up. Some more ducks? No, penguins. A different kind of penguin, right? Is it? Or is it like that kind of same species? Oh, he was staring at me, so I waved. Thought I did show off a lot of the signs that talked about them. Well, I did, but that doesn't really give you time to read it. Doesn't give me time to read it. Maybe I should turn up the volume a little bit. Just hopefully the balance is fine. I'm talking over it, so it's good. But yeah, I really didn't talk. It was like the actual first full day I was there. So seals. Seals were fun to look at. They were always playing around. And there's always like multiple layers. So you got like this top layer where they're above the water, and then you'll be like middle layer, and then like really low layer. Sorry for the bad quality. It's only 720 and it's all blurry with distortion. Should have recorded it separate from just streaming it to Twitch. 716 meters. Ah. I could have edited this part out, but it's kind of nice just to walk around. Oh my god. Darkness, what are you doing? Fish. Oh, really big goldfish. Is that a goldfish? What's up there? I don't know what's up there anymore. You also can't zoom while streaming it to Twitch. Kind of sucked. I was getting surrounded by little kids. I was like, I need to escape. Don't want to be rude. Hello, darkness. I'm not gonna sing too much because, yeah. What are you even adjusting? It's not to adjust. It's just your phone. Okay. You know what your screen looks like. It can be really dark or it can be barely seen. Okay. What's this? Oh, look at the size of that fish. Big fish. Show off what it is. What are you doing? Kind of like a big fish you would catch in a... what is... See it later. Maybe I'll remember what it's called. Oh, the piranhas. And the very bad light. There was just a really big glare there and you couldn't get... I think that was like the only spot that had horrible glare for some reason. Dang it. I'm reading the signs, but I'm not showing them all. Turtle. Not taking enough time. See, if I only had people like in chat be like, hey, I want to look at that more. Would have been fine. Still there for almost an hour, but... Penguin! You can probably hear people say it. People love penguins. It's nice to watch them swim. I think that one let out a fart. So I'm just chilling up there. Also, there was a little thing that was like dropping snow or whatever. It was really weird. What's that one looking at? Every time they zoom by, I was like, I want to record that. Honestly, you could spend like an hour just watching penguins. Also, I'm not sure what time feeding was. That'd be nice to check out next time. I forget the price, but it wasn't that bad. It was like $15. Less? Stop showing off your shoes. I think this is the only one that I really like focus on pointing the camera at the ground. Later on, get better. I'm like, it's fine. Just don't point it at people when you're fine. People are always taking pictures of other people. It doesn't, not on purpose, just taking pictures of stuff around. What are you looking at? No, flip the camera back. Don't do this. What are you looking at? Trying to find out where you're at. That's not interesting. Put the camera to the window and then just look at it yourself. Now fix it. No one wants to see your pocket or your shoes. I think there's a lot of people there, so I was just like waiting for them to move on so I could actually look at whatever's going on. Dolphins, that's why. Yeah, so there's a lot of people crowded around the dolphins, and I was like, I need a better view because they're all crowded by the good spot. What's that sign say? No touching, no talking. Dolphins. Where's the dolphins? There's a little bit of dolphin tail. They'll definitely start zooming around soon, but... Eh? Dolphin. Not sure what type. I don't think it's a bottlenose. Ooh. It jumped and I barely missed it. Slightly got that one. I'm trying to follow it too much and I should have just watched the water. Oop. Woo. See, this would be so much better with like a 0.5 zoom. Just a wider lens. Maybe like a fisheye lens. You get one of those backpacks. I thought it was at the dolphins for longer, I guess not. There's somewhere a fish, but it's so like low to... Oh, is it eel in there somewhere? I guess like a variety of tropical fish. A wall. Why don't you check out the fish more? Where are you going? Bigger fish. Is that a bubble? What is that? Ugly fish. It's kind of like, yeah. It's like mid-tier fish. Like, they're not bad. Probably taste great, but like, not the prettiest. I wonder how the jellyfish shows up, because that's a very dark room. But yeah, because there's a specific walking path, it's really easy to not like overlap with people too much. So this is like the big center tank. I mean, there's a full-on whale shark in the middle. Is that a whale shark? Some kind of whale? Stingrays, manta rays, hammerhead. Surprised to see nothing like eating another. I guess it's a very passive hammerhead shark then if it's not eating like normal fish, although they probably don't do it constantly, so. Very questionable. Yeah, I got real close. Still makes you think, it's like, okay, they're all trapped in an aquarium. Oh, there's two of them, I forgot. Hey, he smiled at you. It's always the conundrum with aquariums. It's like, it's nice to look at, and you might be saving some, but then they're not out in the ocean. That was the manta ray, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. They're in a knitted off area. Maybe they would have been attacked if the sharks were in the same area as that. Or as those fish. I want to paint it black. More kind of boring fish. Someone drops something. What do they drop? So I do need a handicap spot. Maybe for feeding time. Hello. I think there's another one that goes like right across the window at some point. Step 19. So if we're already at 19, it's fun to see the shadows. Is that a shadow or is that the actual? No, that's the actual thing. There's no shadow. I guess there's. Hello. You're gonna bonk. Oh, I didn't. I just really like that manta ray. And the one swimming beside the other, like, I want to be like you when I grow up. I don't know, it's great. You can see like all the way across and even see people on the other side. Only 600 more to go. Last I saw was 700. Is this the tank with the weird... Yes. Animal Crossing, that was the game I was thinking about. I think that's a sunfish? Or whatever. You can catch that in the game. Oh, the other things are, I guess, squid, right? This is the bottom side of the seals. So you'll see a seal there. Zoom in. So yeah, you'll have the top layer, the middle layer, and like, I think a bottom layer usually. Big boy. I think there's also... There's a really fat seal in there somewhere. There. There's a nice big boy. And a camp spot. There's also a diver in here. Look at him. That thing is huge. Not sure what the diver was doing. He's collecting something. Squid. Just watch the diver for a while too. Where are you going? More seals. Just chilling. A little bit of scratches on there. Hello. Majestic. Well, I guess there wasn't too much to see between them, but... Fish. The other thing is, like, I think during this whole time is like, I kind of want fish for lunch. Which I didn't end up getting fish for lunch. Actually, I don't think I ended up getting fish for a while. I only had sushi like once. Very disappointing that I didn't have more. The sushi was really good. Diver's chilling again. Something else dropped? But I think it's mostly going to be the big tank, and you're just kind of walking around it for a while. Well, there'll be like some side stories? I want to say side stories. It's just side paths. I can't remember if I have my backpack at this point. Still think they're called sunfish, but I'm not sure. Is it a squid? Look at the size of those eyes. Touch it. Touch the fish. Did not touch the fish. And to the ground again. Where you go this time? What's up? The big aquarium again. This is a different netted area. Look at the size of that thing. That thing's a full carpet and a half. Oop, there's one fish chasing another. I don't know, I guess there's always something new to see when you rewatch it. I think there's also one part where they said they would have a live video feed, but it wasn't working at the time. Or you could just honestly live stream an aquarium all day and get a good amount of viewers. I would think. Like start the finish of the day. With or without sound. Yeah, new monitor. I guess this was more of the seals, but this is like towards the bottom, so don't see them too much. Or you see them a lot. Big boy. Definitely need to get better about not just pointing at the ground, but it was first stream in Japan, you know? You improve, get better, stronger, fast. Anyway, where's it now? Is that a pufferfish? What are you looking at? No. Oh, that's why, because one of the big sharks was chilling on the glass. Hammerhead. Handicap again. Circle of fish. Ooh. It's like a tornado. What's that guy doing? Oh, you could have watched longer. I think there's a time limit for how long you could be at the aquarium. So if you were really into aquariums, I mean, I guess it'd be a nice date place if you wanted to go. Oh god, I'm getting so pixelation on my one screen. I wonder what this would look like in 1080. Gotta get a 4K card. Could you even stream it that high? I doubt it, especially not off of like pocket Wi-Fi. Okay, this was a side room where they were showing off little tiny things. So there's the little clownfish. So over here. I guess there was nothing in that one. Or that one either. What? I think in the center there was the whatever the dory fish is. Which I think they specifically did it like this. So it was like, oh look, it's Finding Nemo stuff. I think it starts with a D. Whatever kind of fish it is. Maybe. Let's say darling, but I don't think it's that. Blue something, maybe. Who knows? Same thing in this one. There's a single small pufferfish. So yes, this is definitely like a Finding Nemo kind of room. But it's so tiny. It's like the size of a piece of gum. I wanted to see it more. So lonely in there though. Guess you can't mix them together. They should have more than that. Those are the only one. Anyway, the next tank was little worms. Look at them. Little bobbin worms. Life to be just chilling, eating stuff out of the air. Kind of looks like they're dancing. Anyway, back out of the small exhibit. Probably gonna be more repeats of stuff. And a line for some reason. Why is there a line? So I think there's an elevator at some point. Thangy. You can hear people say it sometimes. It's funny. No, don't look at the big tank. Look at the pengy. Wonder what it's like when there's no visitors and it's all quiet and stuff. What are you adjusting? Ah, that guy. Yeah. What's that? Was that an over? Anyway, overhang. Turtle. So there's turtle with the prize, and I guess there's turtle with other stuff too. What's this? Is this dolphin area? What's in there? I have no idea. Probably wouldn't be because I didn't stay for that long. Well, show something new. We got no. Yes. Oh, that's the big tank again. We're on a lower level, so every time you just keep getting lower and lower. You can see the different layers for people. So it's always a different angle and whatnot. Oh, look at a gate. Are we going through a red gate? Still 400 meters to go. Also, I'm not used to watching a video at regular speed right now. Usually I go for 1.5 because why not? Save time, right? You could watch this at 1.5 speed if you want. We're looking at it now. Look at it longer. What is that? I'll just walk by. Okay, so now we're at like ground level, so there couldn't be any like lower. It's fun to look up and like see how high it goes. Whoa, 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 whoa. I like the way it ripples. Yeah, funny nose. Where are you off to now? Hmm. The crabs. It looks like they're in slow motion. They cannot hide. That's the other thing. It's like they're all out in like visible water as opposed to usually they're kind of hidden, like in murky waters. Hmm. I don't think I had any crab while I was there either. I need more seafood. Are they king crab? I can't even tell. Mostly only ever see like king crab legs anyway. Interesting fish. I think there's an Arctic zone coming up soon, but I'm not sure. Where are you off to? Big tank still going around on the bottom. Is there something laying there? I'm surprised it's not shaking that much, but I guess because I usually stop when I actually start videoing as opposed to walking. I don't know. I think because it was the same thing after a while, I was like, where are you going? Ah, now it's the escalator, which I think does take to the Arctic area. These were actually very thin elevators, like one person kind of thing. And like, I mean one person. You could not fit another person next to you. Is this the dark area with all the jellyfish though? It might be. Which I don't know how that'll show up. It was hard enough like just watching myself. Yep, this is the jellyfish area. So I'm not sure how it'll show up. I can slightly see it. That one was in a bowl, so it was not great to see. Also, it was hard to focus. This is me trying to get it to focus, and it would not focus. There we go. Oh, they were just so tiny. It was not like super interesting. Like they didn't seem much variety. Like those ones look interesting. But when there's like so microscopically tiny, long tendrils. Look at that one. That was also Finding Nemo. Was there any? I don't think there's any jellyfish in that area. I guess they. Oh, because I guess they like the dark. What happens when they have too much light? I think here I needed to adjust some of my stuff. So you'll see it later, I guess, from that perspective. But I have like a mount for holding my phone. But I wanted to take that mount off because I wasn't really using it. I was kind of just holding my phone at this point. But yeah, would I recommend the Osaka crab? I think I would. It was a nice trip. Yeah, I definitely had fun. Like, I'm definitely going back. I want to try to go back in winter, but there's definitely a lot more things to see. Or do you mean go back to the aquarium? I mean, it depends on where you're going. Like, this is my first trip, so I went to Osaka, Nara, Kyoto, Tokyo. And honestly, that was great, and that was almost 3 weeks. Was it? But yeah, I mean, the aquarium was definitely a good trip in Osaka. There's probably aquariums in each of the cities, or at least in Tokyo also. There's a big tank of jellyfish. But yeah, I would just say find like 1 or 2 things you want to do, and then if you can go with friends and they have 1 or 2 things they want to do, then you all have stuff to do. Some days you're like, what do I do next? And you have no idea. There's also the Pokemon Center in Osaka. There's a nice mall. Is it gonna focus? This does not look good. More crabs. Color distortion. Is it gonna fix or is it gonna get worse? I remember this. These, they're not cucumbers, like sea cucumbers. They're definitely like sea plants. Oh yeah, there's this seal just chilling. It's like the Arctic seal. It's just chilling on the like domed glass. Long jellyfish. I'm pretty sure it cleans up a little bit later. Some kind of fish, or was that a shrimp? I don't even know. It's a little crab, and then the fish behind it. It's still blurry. What? Lumpfish. Okay, now you zooming in a little bit better. There you go. Finally got some focus back. Focus. Kind of reminds me of salmon almost. The little red belly. Do they have red bellies? I have no idea. Oh, I guess it was take an elevator down to the darker areas and then take an elevator back up. This is almost over, so I think there's just like the small area left, which should have been more interesting, but I guess it was mostly closed down. Like there's a touch the fish kind of thing, but you weren't allowed to touch anymore. Narwhal statue. Oh, there's the seals, like the one that was in the dome. Going for a stretch. One just chilling in the water. Not sure why these ones are separated from the other ones. Maybe they're like cold ones versus the other ones. That one's just going for a scratch. I feel it. Definitely gonna be better than the 1080p versions. Also, you're getting like double compression now. Ugh. Oh, it's that little one. I didn't even notice that. Otherwise, I might have stopped a little bit longer. Here's a view of the ocean because the aquarium is like right by the docks and all that stuff. It was kind of its own little peninsula area. What could be next? At least it's not dark again, so you can actually see. Not that there's anything to look at right now, but is there anything in here? Banging. It's banging. These guys are also very loud. For some reason, there was like a plastic covering in front of them, so it just kept glaring, like you could not get good video or picture. Yeah, they got him the tweet. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff that says no touching, but this is definitely a touching area. Like originally. A lot of restriction because of COVID. Maybe there was like specific ones where like if they had someone there to watch people, I don't think I would have touched them, but that, yeah. This is mostly over. Just a bunch of small tanks, which I'm not even sure what they were showing off. Is ending soon? Where are we going? Yeah, and then down the stairs, obviously, when you get to the end, you know what there always is? It's a gift shop. What are you looking for? Just gotta watch till the end, because why not? Can you hear more people? Let's see. Thought it'd be louder. Yeah, just get to the gift shop area. Anyway. Next up being Team Labs Osaka, which was like they took over a park and showed off a bunch of different things. So this is like the entrance walk-in. Obviously got a bunch of people taking pictures and streaming. And it was also a lot of a sound thing. So if you really want to listen to it, just watch the video I posted of it, because I do no commentary over that, obviously. This wasn't the greatest thing, I don't think. I mean, it was interesting, but maybe not for how much the price was. I think it was also like 15 bucks. And it was a fun walk to the park. Why are you streaming the ground again? This is also stolen from Twitch. But I doubt it looks better on there. Why aren't you still it'll get better later. But also in Osaka there was a zoo, which was kind of okay. It was cheap enough. It was nice to look at. We walk over to this nice lake. I don't know. Mostly with a crowd now, once they get separated, it's a lot easy to stream everything. Still trying to avoid like streaming people too much, but got stuff in the distance to look at. Like if you really like walking, just going around Japan is great. Walk as much as you possibly can. But yeah, I think the early area was like, oh, let's put lights on trees. Which honestly, if these trees were like sakura trees or anything, be a lot more interesting. I guess the problem with this video is also that because it's really dark, it doesn't show up too well. Need like a low light camera, honestly. But still. Not sure if it reacted to people walking by because there was way too many people, but a lot of these things could kind of be like, this would be a lot nicer if there was less people or no people. What are you streaming now? What are you doing? Yep, get a better angle. Where are you going? I think the next stop was the giant eggs or whatever they were. Was it? Or just more just lights on trees? Which I'm like, this is all kind of like a big light show. But honestly, I could have done with like a laser light show. That would have been nice. Sorry about this bad recording. It'll be better next time. Oh, it always gets better. Those are giant walls. I still don't know how they did them. Like I said, they just built the flat walls and then used a projector onto them. Which is like, it's cool that it combines a walk in the park with that, but it has to happen at night, so you don't really get to see the park part of it. So it's mostly a dark park with a specific line out of where to walk to. And then light shows. There's some cooler ones later. Not sure how they'll show up. We'll see. And then there's people directing. Also, this one was very friendly for English speakers. You could actually download their app. Yes, this is Team Labs. Download their app, and they would describe each thing in different languages. And I think it was even location based, so it would tell where you were and then like describe the thing right in front of you. But here there's like little eggs of light throughout the forest. So I mean, there's definitely descriptions that go with them, but I don't think I read any descriptions. I was just enjoying it for what it was, and it was fine. That's all I can say. It's just, it was fine. But it's nice when the whole forest changes color. Like, I think if you get like a different thickness of forest, it's really interesting. Like, this area is pretty cool. Sometimes there's not enough trees. I want to see like the whole forest change. Where are you going? I like the contrast on my other screen. Also, I got video for Team Labs Planets. That one was definitely good. I highly recommend that one, but I have to edit it a little bit. Lots of mirrors and whatnot. Now, there's a lot more in the forest. You couldn't actually walk out into them, so it's a little bit like you almost kind of want to walk out into them. Be among the glowing eggs. Yeah, if you need a description to enjoy something. Ooh. It's like a picture worthy. Also, I'm not sure if you're allowed to touch those ones. I don't think you're supposed to. That one's way too close. It's nice to just see them all out of the place. It's kind of like a forest with ghosts and whatnot, if you think about it. One shifts and then they all shift. Now, see, this would be a really interesting place to just start blasting some EDM or something, you know? Some house music up in there. Party hard. And regular power box. What? That one? Oh, no, someone touched it. I was like, that one bounced on its own. But yeah, I think there's a bunch of different paths to walk through them. It's like, choose your way. It's kind of cool. You kind of want to like buy one if you could. Like you could almost gotta buy a bunch of them, put them in your yard, and then just freak out people that drive by. Like you only turn them on at night, or you like only bring them out at night, so you don't even see them during the day. Just be super surprised, like, well, what is going on over there? Are aliens invading my yard? It's nice when there's a nice collection of them all out in the open. And obviously the video doesn't do it justice for like how it looked. And I think there's a right amount of sound, like just the good amount of sound to interact with it. I wish I could have noticed it more because I wasn't sure how the sound and lights were working with each other. Also, at one point, I feel like I was trapped in this area. It's like, what is the way out? I want to see the next exhibit. And it's like, there is no escape. You belong here now. Wait, this one goes on for a while, surprisingly. Oh, they should have done stuff with lights and fog. Surprised there wasn't any, like, fog stuff. That would have been cool. Fog machines. There's the rocks again. I think I get close to now at this point. I think this might relate to a certain artist, but I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a nice one to listen to. It like the speakers right in front of you. I would watch my regular video if you wanted to do that. In a way, it's all kind of like a little bit ASMR. It's just like straight up sounds, no talking. Which I'm doing now. No. Oh, and then there's a little box that is describing the next exhibit or something. But it kept switching between languages, so I had to wait until it rotated back to English so I could fully understand it. Watch your step. So this one you're actually allowed to touch, and they're like, these are the eggs. These are like really big. Like the other ones were like see-through kind of clear things. It was interesting. These, I don't remember if I stood here for a while to re-listen to it though. I think I did. Yeah, they're giant eggs with lights in them. When you hit them, they react and stuff. Please do not hit or kick, but you're allowed to push and stuff. It'll be fun to watch it a little bit. I think the next one is in English, so it's like a nice description. Oh, it says shake. I think most of the time it was just push. There's so much stuff you can do with this. I wonder what the whole system they used to control was. Was it like just a PC, or was it like a whole kind of setup? Ready? Push. See? It changed instantly. And then it would affect the other ones, which is nice. Some of them I feel like didn't react, and I didn't want to push too hard. Oop, green. It just kind of spreads. It's nice. I was hoping like you choose the color you want, and then you push that one, and then it transfers to everyone. It was fun to get in between all of them, just see a little area of color. Another cluster, and I think this is the easier one to get like right in the middle of. Why is it so windy? Although that would also be interesting if it was like really windy. I don't think it would be because it's in like a park and there's a lot of trees and stuff. We can imagine like shuffling around. They kind of make you want to just jump into them. I might be walking towards the next area, kind of getting lost. Maybe a little bit of both. Yeah, there's no people here at that time, so it's like cluster a large amount of people in the beginning, and then like after that they all kind of separate. So it's like, where did they all go? There was different. There was actually two different times, so there's our range. This probably won't see that well, but there's like a cross hatch of lines going over the trees. It's definitely interesting, but I was kind of like, you're mostly doing a light show on trees. Oh, I just need a description. Oh, excuse me. I sneeze a lot. But it's fun to see like it go over the people. Well, it's really messing with the camera. Because it is the only source of light. It's very thin. Oh, it's like raindrops. Oh, this one's not showing up well. It's like a red flame, I think. Or no, actually it is this white streak. But it kind of like streaks across. Almost like it was just ink on a brush. And then it just follows the sound, so I think I'll be able to see it. What are you doing? I guess that there is like a sound of someone brushing over across it. There's something in the background, I can't remember what. It's just like more of it tracing like, it's kind of like a 3D thing in a way. You have layers behind layers. I don't think it really draws anything, it just kind of draws lines, but maybe that's better than how I draw. Kind of see it over there, there's this flame where with the app you can like acquire the flame and then share with people. Which if everyone's going here, then wouldn't you just be able to already have your own flame? There might be a description in front of it, but I'm surprised they didn't have more fire showing off things. I think each of the Team Labs places also has a fire. They should honestly have different color fires. Yeah, distributed fire. It's a specific app just for this. So you can like tap your phone to someone else's phone and it passes the fire on. Like, why would you download the app if you don't already be at that spot? Or I think you have to download it first, go to that spot, and then you'll acquire the fire. I don't know why someone wanted it for later. Or if it's like specific, like if it was like, oh, you got the Osaka fire. Later on, you got the Tokyo fire. It'd be interesting. I think it would definitely be beneficial to check out what Team Lab stuff are going on wherever you visit. I think the one in Tokyo, there was at least two in Tokyo, but only one at this time. And I think that one's like a permanent exhibit, quote unquote. Permanent until I guess they make another one. But it was definitely set up where it's like not going for a while. What are you even doing now? Walking to somewhere else, but like, there's no reason to look at the ground. What are you doing? I think I didn't have my camera mount at this point, so I was just kind of holding it. Where are you going? What are you looking at? Honestly, it was mostly just dark forest at this point. I think it was moving from one exhibit to the next. It was like nothing in between. Although what was fun, there was still like older vending machines in this park. Like this part of the park is not public to like everyone. It's only for this exhibit, I think. Now kind of locked off. There's like, you can still see old vending machines. Well, less new. I don't know if they actually work though. I forget if I tried one. Just lights lighting up bushes in the backside of the other exhibit. There's this in the water, which I'm gonna get to in a bit. I don't know if there's an exhibit before that. Also, I wasn't sure if you had to like fully follow the path, or you can just kind of walk across a lot of places as long as it wasn't like completely do not walk across this. It's always the question. It's where can you go? So like, you see that over there, you can walk to that, but you can't take the path you want. It did nothing. Except me seeing how my brightness doesn't work. Signs that point you which way to go or where one exhibit is in the next one. There's only a total of like 6 exhibits. Which I mean, it's fine. They're like very big and like you walk through them and whatnot. But maybe the variety wasn't as much as there as it could have been. Or maybe I really just wanted to go to a rave. Okay, we're back at the eggs. Why are we back at the eggs though? You can hear it hit the egg. Where are you going? Where have you been? I think it was also a loop around to get to the water thing. It had so much more potential for water. There's only like 2 things in the water. There's those rocks, which were mostly on an island. The ones with the swirls. And then nice sounds. Okay, there's like a whole visual of the whole thing. So I mean, there's like more parts, but yeah, I think there's like 5 exhibits actually. Some have like separate parts, but or multiple parts. And then I think I'm here at the water exhibit for a while. Actually, not that long. I think it was like the last thing I look at, and then it's like, well, I'm just walking towards the exit. This is like 6 o'clock at night or like 7. I had a tough time focusing, but it's just fun watching like it rotate between different things. Like, oh look, they all kind of changed and then it don't. Again, these all have descriptions, but I didn't read them. They were also not posted in front of them. I think you needed the app. Or they were posted in front of them and they were in Japanese, so just that too. Anyway, is that where I ended? That's where I ended. Anyway, I think there's 2 other long ones, but I'll probably leave them for another time. I'm going to just go over the bullet train one. Bullet train. There's a few times I took videos while on trains, actually. I showed them off yesterday. But I mean, this is the more interesting one because it was faster. Also, I think it was... What is it? The first half is only in 720 because I stole it off of Twitch. But the rest should be in 1080. Also, I'm not sure how loud this is. Let's go. Not as bad as the water. But I definitely think a bit loud. I mean, it's a train. What do you expect? The bullet train. And this is one of the things... Actually, no, this is the faster... Or no, it's just more direct. It's not faster. The more direct train. Which you can't use a JR pass on. I think you might have to upgrade. No, I think you can't use it all. But, yeah. We're just zooming past. And this is going from Kyoto to Tokyo. This is not the full ride because the full ride is like 2 hours, including stops. But this is like right before Fuji, which I thought they were gonna actually say that Fuji was nearby, but I'm pretty sure they didn't give as much of a heads up as I thought they would. Also, this was a very cloudy day. Like, I think it was raining before I left, and I expected to not see Fuji at all. Also, I was surprised how far away this was. I think like on a super clear day, it'd be super obvious. I had multiple times to see Fuji, and the multiple times I did. But I definitely want to get closer next time. There's definitely places you can get closer. I think the lakes. I should have taken that trip out there. But there's always next time. Always next time. I think some place to go skiing near Fuji. Although you probably want to see it at a time because if it's winter and it's going to be cloudier, especially on another mountain. At some point, this is going to cut off from being less quality. It would have been nicer as a sunnier day, though. Just overall. Look at that speed. So I can get a better angle later. But it's fun to just try to read stuff. It's also great to just see stuff in the distance moving slowly and things in front of you moving fast. I mean, that's how perspective works, so. I think once I started seeing Fuji, I was like, well, I'm not going to stream this on Twitch because quality was bad. So is that in the distance? I can't even tell. No. They're just zipping past towns. Which makes Japan looks a lot more crowded. Like this nice small cities. Wonder at what point it's just gonna cut right into the other one. Because it wasn't also like, I wasn't sure if I could just video straight for a while. Oop, walking by. Mountains. More tunnels. There was a few, yeah, I think it was sometime after one of the tunnels I switched over. I think once you get through one of the tunnels, it's like, and welcome Fuji. Hey, look, it's luggage. I mean, that's all you can really see. Can't even see the reflection of my phone, I'm surprised. The other videos have more reflection of my phone. That's a long tunnel. And especially for how fast we're going, like this is a really long tunnel. Zoom in. It's funny, you can see the cloud in the back, and it's like not moving much, and then it's like whoosh. I guess it's a really rural area. And tunnels again. So like there's just a town in between, I guess, two mountains. Obviously. Like just tunnels in between. Where are we going? Also, it was great. Always bring snacks. The good thing about these, like, they're like, oh, before you even get on, there's like this whole area where you can buy food and other stuff. Obviously. But I mean, like, even more so. Just tons of gift shops and stuff. Like, oh, you're returning home? Get a gifts on the way back. So, like, if you actually lived in Tokyo and you're like visiting Kyoto, be like, oh, I want to get Kyoto gifts and bring them back to Tokyo, family and whatnot. But yeah, I ended up going to like a convenience store. Actually, there was also a convenience store in there too. And I got even more snacks. Lots of bread and stuff. Wow, that looks cool. It's almost like a time lapse. Go on, switch it over. Where is it? More hills. A whole lot of nothing, but I mean, it almost makes you want to see it slower. But also taking longer than a 2-hour train ride to get to your next hotel is the blah 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 blah. Get to your next hotel isn't that great. So like, oh cool. Still. like relative to the cost of going from one city to another, that's hundreds of kilometers away, hundreds of miles. It's like not. Well, I gotta check out the JR Pass next time because I didn't realize how much I would take other JR lines other than the bullet train. Because like lower end bullet trains are covered by it, but there's so many other times I just took a different JR train. Yes, JR controls a lot. Not sure how the pass works though. If you can scan it, it's nice. Maybe to walk past windows, that's kind of a little But I think after this tunnel, hopefully it gets to Fuji. I didn't really mark down the times. I kind of just like posted as a whole because why not? Get to see however much I recorded. And yep, it's me just changing up the angle. Or is there gonna be Fuji in the distance? I guess with 720. Okay, yep, there's a switch over. You can see a massive quality change from 720 to 1080. So yeah, if you're watching, definitely watch on 1080. Oh, that was a cut. Why did I cut? Maybe they were just explaining that we're getting close to Fuji. So I think at some point I had to stop to take a picture because you gotta take a picture, you know? You can take a frame from the video, but it won't be as good. Yeah, this just looks a lot nicer, so yeah. Watch 1080. Maybe don't watch this stream. You can watch the video afterwards. I should really cut to the point where Fuji is, but we just have to find that for your own. Probably just scroll past people like where it's seen the most. Oh wow. It's kind of more just anticipation of where it is. I mean, you can still see it's a cloudy day. Like, it's a lot more clear, but damn, there's a lot of farmlands out here. There it is. I think it just like faded into existence because so. Also, I can kind of zoom in now more. I was doing like 0.5 and then switched to regular. But yeah, we just watch Fuji the whole time. So you get from like farmlands and stuff, blocking my view. A little bit of Fuji. A little bit. It's like more cities and stuff. I guess see the center in there. I don't know. Fuji's always in the background. Speaking of background, I need to change my background. I got a plan for that. I'm gonna just slap Fuji in the window behind. Zip past a station. So nice to see. Honestly, you could probably like. I feel like there's so many things you could be like, I want to slap a camera on the side of this train and just live stream that all day. Like, where does this train go? Takes a break and you're like, okay, time for a break. And it zooms again. It's almost like we're getting closer. Except after a certain point, it's like it completely disappears and I was hoping it would show up again. Like at some point there's gonna be a tunnel. And after the tunnel, I was hoping to see Fuji again. You really don't. I wonder what city that is. Kinda want to visit. Kinda want to visit all. Honestly, need to take like a year off and just visit as many places in Japan as you can. If only. If only. Always leaning over. More farmland, so we're back into the farmland. That's how you know you're getting out of the city again. Just feels like small farmland compared to what you sometimes see. Also, when you're in the airplane, you're like, go see it. Is Fuji going again? Yeah, so like there's a lot of clouds in it, so I'm like, I kind of hope that the clouds are gonna disappear. I don't think they really disappear much for the rest of the video. There's like a few more glimpses. Like there's a little bit of glimpse. The Fuji. A little more crowded city, so I guess it's like a city next to a city. Always clustered together. A little more Fuji. But now I'm like looking back, so that's how much distance has been traveled, like, or something so far. Yeah. Then there's these hills and then clouds, and it's like, where is it? There it is. Slightly, it's getting out of the range of being able to be visible. And how many times there's like these covers, I guess, so people can walk across and whatnot above them. You see it flash by every once in a while. Still Fuji. More farmland. More rural houses. Although it's not quite that rural. Relatively. I think Fuji's fully gone from this point. Try but can't see it no more. And there's the end. Anyway, still have two more videos, but I think I'm gonna check them out later, which is one, the bamboo forest, but more like the area around it. Because the bamboo forest is nice, but it's only a certain area, and actually I end up going back to it too. It's bigger than I thought, but also smaller than I thought. Great for pictures. People love pictures there. Anyway, go over that tomorrow. And then Fushimi Nari Taisha? I still need to understand all of it. But that was fun. I went there 3 times. And I was like, go there another 3 times because it's just fun to walk up. I mean, maybe I was just really craving exercise at that point because it's not quite just walking. Walking is like that, but it's climbing stairs. So, stair exercise. Anyway, I'll probably be live around the same time tomorrow. This is a short stream, like an hour and a half. Yesterday was longer. Going through pictures takes a while. Anyway, if you have any questions about anything I can answer about Japan, I mean, there's definitely a lot better resources. But I can always talk about my experience. So that counts for something. Someone stopped in a little bit to ask, but they didn't elaborate. They could have asked more. It's like there's a lot of things to recommend. It depends on where you're going. Like, what do you, what's the question? Like, if someone asks you to broadly recommend stuff, they're like, do you have a plan at all? Are you going anywhere? Like, I could recommend stuff in each city, but I I didn't do a whole video of uh Hakone. That would have been fun to stream the whole day. I'm not sure how the connection would have worked, but yeah, that was like a full day. Probably running out of battery by the end. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Uh, feel free to ask me anything. Bye. I'll be back to gaming sometime this week, next week. I don't know. We'll see. I still want to talk more about Japan while it's still fresh in my mind. You know? Peace. Bye. I don't know what I'm doing. Hey.